What's up? What's up?
What it do, Bean Crew? It's your boy Simone Thomas back with another episode of Coffee and Comments. And today we're going to get into our recap and react series, and we're reacting to season 2 of Bridgerton.
Dearest reader, it has been said that competition is an opportunity for us to rise before our greatest of challenges.
This is the season the Viscount intends to find a wife.
You honestly just did that?
I believe I did.
And so to recap season 1, Daphne, the main daughter, gets married to the Duke, and that's really the storyline of season 1. A lot of stuff envelops in season 1, but if you haven't watched season 1, go back and watch. Season 2, for me, what I was most excited about was to see what happens with Penelope. And before I get into that, couple things. One, this is a spoiler alert. This video is going to have spoilers. I'm going to spoil season 2, so if you haven't watched it, go watch it. And if you have watched it, then keep watching. If you don't care to know or to watch the show and just want to know what happens, feel free to keep tuning in. It's up to you, but this is your warning. Second thing, this is your first time checking out my channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you are watching the video, go ahead and like the video, whether you subscribe or not. That just helps me out a lot. Feel free to leave a comment on your thoughts on season 2 of Bridgerton as well when we get wrapped up. But again, the most thing I was excited about for season 2 was to see what happened with Penelope and her, Lady Whistledown column. I wanted to see if somebody would figure out that it was Penelope, or would they keep it going on for another season, just kind of, just having her be this character and nobody really know, who she is, right? That's really the biggest thing. I knew, I looked up after season 1, kind of the storylines of each season, and each season just is going to be about one of the Bridgerton kids and their love story, right? Which is kind of boring, but not at the same time. I mean, it's very interesting because each love story is different, right? Daphne's love story with the Duke is different than Colin's love story, and different than Benedict's love story, and then obviously different than Anthony's love story, right? And so this season focuses on Anthony, the oldest Bridgerton, the firstborn son, the new Viscount when his father died. And he has this feeling of duty on his life, duty. And so his whole goal this season, that's what they call him, like the marriage season, whatever, is to find him a Viscountess. Basically a woman, not that he loves, but somebody that can fill the part and be as, I don't want to say maniacal as him, but feel the duty as much as him, right? And so we kind of, I didn't know kind of the backstory of Anthony, and that's one of the reasons why they focus on each kid, because it gives you more clarity into each kid. And so we get to see Anthony, his upbringing, being 18 years old, his dad dying from a bee sting, which that's the wildest thing to me. Like, imagine living in that time. If you live back in those times, 1800s, maybe 1700s, dying from a bee sting. Like, can you imagine that? Like, today, you get stung by a bee, you just get EpiPen, boom, you're good, right? That wasn't around back then. So literally, a bee sting could take you out forever, and that just ends it for you. Like, that was so wild. His dad died from a small bug stinging him. Now, a lot of people are allergic to bees and wasps again today, but hospitals, EpiPens, like a lot of things are available to make sure that person doesn't die. This dude was done with the quickness. He just got done hunting, bee sting, done with the quickness. So then, after the dad dies, the mom is hysterical. She's pregnant with her 7th child, and she's going crazy. Anthony has to be the Viscount, and he's trying to figure out how to do all this stuff. And basically, you see his reaction to his dad's death and his reaction to his mom's death play out in the long term, to where he's this unemotional creature that is just bound to duty and getting things done and leading the family, right? That's all he feels like his worth is with their family is just leading the family. And so that's all he wants to do is just take care of the books, marry because he needs to produce kids for the family, things like that. And so he's going out to find a wife that fits his characteristics that he's looking for, which his characteristics are a crap ton of stuff, right? So that's the main character of the show. And then introduce a new couple of girls in the show as well. So you have the main girls, you have the Bridgerton girls, you have Eloise, you have the Featherington girls, you have Penelope, Prudence, Lady Featherington, those kind of some of the main characters. And then Lady Danbury brings in the two new characters with the Sharmas, three new characters, Lady Sharma, Miss Sharma, which is Kate, and then Edwina Sharma, which is the main character who ends up becoming the diamond of the season, right? And so Anthony interviews like a crap ton of girls, settles on Edwina when she becomes the diamond, but there's this weird chemistry with him and the older sister. So Kate's 26. She's actually the daughter. She's the daughter of the mom of Edwina's husband, former husband. He died. The husband died. So Lady Sharma gets married to some guy that doesn't. I mean, I don't know. He's not a lord or lady. You know, I mean, he's not one of the high society people. She gets outcast from society. That dude already had a kid. That's Kate. Then they also have another kid with Edwina. So, and then the dad dies. So now Lady Sharma has Kate and Edwina, but Kate's not hers. It's half sister type deal. And so she always feels like she needs to take care of the younger sister because she's not worthy. She's always like, I'm gonna go back to India. So, anyways, there's some encounters between Anthony and Kate, but he settles on Edwina just because she fits what he's looking for. Like, there's no love connection. She knows duty. She's perfect and like different things she can do. So he focuses on her. So the show focuses on Anthony and Edwina in their relationship, which was always weird. For those who've seen it, you understand. It was always weird the whole season how they kind of interacted with each other. Like she said she loved them, but did she really? I think she just loved the lifestyle she saw. Like she saw the ability to be a lady. She saw the nice estates that he lived in. I mean, I feel like she just saw the lifestyle and fell in love with the lifestyle, and then because of that, she said she loved him. I don't think she ever loved him. Otherwise, she wouldn't have reacted the way she reacted once she found out that Anthony and Kate actually did love each other. So Edwina's doing her deal. You know, they're courting each other, Anthony and Edwina. And in the meantime, Kate and Anthony have this relationship of hate, but it's a very passionate hate, which turns into a very passionate love, to where them looking at each other, those glances, I was like, damn, like, like I have a girlfriend and we look at each other lovingly, but they were like just every time they walked into the room, like couldn't be, they had to be near each other. They had to talk to each other. Like it's, you know, it's a love stories type of love. Like, you know, I mean, like what you see in a book. I've never seen that before, you know, regardless. I like being around my girlfriend. I love being around there and stuff like that. But as far as like, you know, I see her across the room and I have to just stare at her. I don't think anybody's like that. But if you are, hey, fantastic. I think that's more just for the books and movies, but it is what it is. And so, anywho, that was interesting. And so the whole time, Kate and Anthony are dealing with this hatred that turns into love. She gets stung by a bee, and then it's just kind of interesting how their roles play out. The whole time, Edwina thinks that they hate each other, so she's like, "Hey, go hang out more with Anthony, the Viscount," and Kate's like, "Okay, I will." And so they're hanging out more, and their relationship is growing. And it comes to a boiling point at the wedding where they're literally about to get married, where Edwina's going to marry Anthony, and basically Kate drops her little bracelet or whatever. Anthony jumps down, like they're all, again, imagine being at the altar, jumps down, grabs it for her, he hands it to her, and they like stare at each other lovingly. Freaks Edwina out because she recognizes the stare. She realizes that her sister loves him, he loves her, and calls off the wedding, and things ensue. But everything that happened, some other things happened. I feel like Edwina was, I don't know, maybe if you did love this guy, maybe your reaction is same as Edwina's, but I feel like she was just a little bit too much. After that happened, I feel like she just held on to a grudge too long. But it is, you're supposed to be your husband, so I get it. So that's a different story. But at the end of the episode, or the end of the season, things work out between Anthony and Kate. They get married. They have a great love story, and it's exciting. And so the best episode, for those who didn't want to know, it took them to episode 6 to kiss. Everybody was like, man, this is the longest. Like, in Bridgerton season 1, they were going at it all the time. This season, they were like building up to this last kiss of Miss Sharma and Anthony, which everybody loved. There's actually a video, a reel on Netflix, where it's like everybody like reacting to it. It's kind of funny. But anyways, it's a really good show. Like, I really enjoyed the show. Again, in my recap and react series, I don't give a rating. I just kind of, again, recap and react to what happens in the season. But the biggest thing for me from this season was, it was kind of weird how Anthony couldn't marry, like, the whole time I'm like, you love her, just marry her. And I understand, like, why he felt like, he felt, I just walked through all this stuff. He felt duty, he felt, different things that he had to do for his family, and choosing to marry somebody he actually loved versus not was a big deal for him. But still, the whole time I'm like, bro, just go with her. Like, I'm like, bro, just, who you love, just choose her. And then like whole time you're like, oh, she vexes me, I hate her. It's like, no, you both love each other. Just grow up. But it's a great show. It gets you emotional and feeling. And then as far as like Penelope goes, she does get caught. So Lady Whistledown does finally get caught, actually by Eloise, who's snooping around, and she has all these different things. But at the end of it, she just realizes that Penelope, the way she talks, is exactly like Lady Whistledown writes, and she calls her out for it. And their relationship ends at the end of the season, but I feel like season 3 they'll get back to it. But anyways, that's interesting as well. That dynamic's interesting as well. The next season will be about another Bridgerton kid. I think they're already filming that. I'm not sure if it's going to be about Eloise, because it looked like it was started with Eloise, but then it switched to Anthony. So this one might be about Eloise. Maybe not. Maybe it's going to be about Benedict or Colin and their adventures. There's a lot that happened, but great show. Thanks for tuning in to me rolling and reacting and recapping season 2 of Bridgerton. Check it out on Netflix. You'll love it. If you like drama, if you like love, romance, period romance, you'll enjoy the show. So thanks for tuning in to another episode of Coffee and Comments.